Would you welcome, please, Dylan McGrath and Nick Munier, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for a nice intro.
Dylan, Nick, welcome aboard.
Thank you so much.
Dylan, there's so many programs about food and chefing and cooking. Why does MasterChef differ from all the others? What is it?
In Ireland?
Yeah, in Ireland.
For me, every country in the world has done a MasterChef version. I think Australia's done it, the UK has done it, America's done it. And I think it kind of encourages culinary talent in the country. So it's important that Ireland does it as well.
Okay, and is it a much better viewing experience, do you think, than the English one and the Australian one and the...
No, I mean, we're a smaller country, do you know what I mean? So we don't, like the UK, we don't have 60 million people to pull from. But the interest is the same, and I think it's really interesting to watch the format done with Irish people.
Okay, does the fact that it's a smaller pool mean it's less talent?
Actually, no. I think we're as talented as anyone else, but it's just, I think there's a smaller minority of them.
How does it work between yourself and Dylan? How is it working out in terms of judging the food? Is it a good cop, bad cop? Is that how you're balancing it out, or are you splitting up the...
I was...
He's definitely a bad cop.
Yeah, I was quite intrigued to see myself being quite tough. I didn't realise I was that tough until I saw myself judging MasterChef.
Yes.
Put it that way. But I think because I'm quite a smiley character, and then to see myself not smiling that much, it was quite a thing to see. But I think because they took it so seriously, and obviously, you know, it is a serious cooking competition, so you have to be quite serious about it, and they were obsessive. And you can see the shakes, you know, they were shaking seriously with fear on the dishes, so, you know, it was just, it was an amazing thing to see.
Yeah, because Dylan, up until not so long ago, let's be honest, had a reputation for being a little on the tougher side.
Not at all wrong.
No,
he's a great guy.
Me, Ran.
That's
what he's not a tough guy.
No, there was a time. But
like,
we are seeing a much softer side to you. And
yeah, well, I mean,
you
got to be realistic, like, you know, like trying to get Michelin star or 2 Michelin stars in the short space of time. Is in the kitchen trying to get results, but this is an amateur competition. You have to be realistic, and these are like really cool bunch of people who are amateurs and they do different jobs, and you're kind of on their side. You want them to win, and it's interesting to watch what actually makes a chef, so you're kind of encouraging along the way.
You're not meant to kind of be too helpful, are you? I mean, you can't interfere with that.
No, directive. We do have to keep a little bit of distance, but
But you find yourself on occasion saying, I'll just... Do you help out a little bit?
No, you do. I find myself, like, for the first few weeks I didn't talk to them, and then it was like, after that, it was like, hurry up, chop faster. Do you know
Don't
what I mean?
cut your fingers, basically.
You end up kind of getting on their side, and you get to know what talent they have, and it's kind of like, but they don't know, like, they're not professionals, so they don't know where their weaknesses are, so,
We see you mentioned the shaky hands, but also something you see throughout the programme, tears, a lot of sweat, you know, they go, hooray, armpits, ooh, and there's a lot of that.
A lot of spoon, and there's a spoon action with the mouth. And
that's another thing. But it's high pressure. Do you think, from the backgrounds you both have, do you think that pressure is a requirement for a kitchen?
It's just, do you want to answer that, or should I?
You try, Nick, and
we'll
go back to Dylan in a second.
I think it's part and parcel of the whole theatre of a restaurant. You know, there is that fear factor if you've got 100 people booked in a restaurant and you've got literally a 15-minute allocation to serve that person when they come in the door. You know, there is going to be that sort of stress, and you have to be on top of your game, you know. So
does it fuel the performance then? Is that the point?
The fear draws the adrenaline, and basically that's what it all comes down to. So
no, cooking needs pressure. You know, and you put, you know, regardless at what level you're at, you kind of put your team under pressure. Everybody's accountable for their performance, and it's like the customer comes first. We're all here, we're all concentrating, we're all trying to do the best we can, and that's kind of the key to it. Okay,
let's look at a kind of a small review. Best dish, worst dish. Let's begin with the best. Let's be nice.
The best dish.
Dylan, the best dish you've seen in this series.
I don't think the best dish, we've witnessed it yet.
Oh.
It comes much later on in the programme.
Can you tell us? Give us a clue.
Which one are you talking about?
Oh, well done, Nick.
I'm not sure if I can.
I can't actually remember.
There's a lobster dish, I'm going to say, that comes much later at the very end.
And why is it so spectacular? What is it about it?
Because it's the balance of flavour, and this individual has got it's funny actually what you know, you can be technically a chef, you can be fast, you can be quick with a knife, you can be really, you know, like work very hard and have a good work ethic, blah, blah, blah. But to be able to put flavour together in your mind, where you understand the subtlety of stuff and what's going to conflict and what's not, and to watch this in an amateur is quite remarkable. And there's an individual who eventually becomes, it's a lobster dish, and it's rock and roll.
Okay, we won't give too much away, as you say.
I actually didn't like that lobster dish.
Oh, good. Well, that's why you're perfect.
That'd be typically him now. That'd be typically him.
Oh, that's the way you roll now. And Nick, what was your best dish?
For me, it was all about the desserts. So I've got a bit of a sweet mouth, so for me, it was the desserts. And actually, on Tuesday, they're in the Shelburne Hotel doing a masterclass with chocolate. We've got Roger Pisey coming over from Marco Pierre White's restaurants, and he's doing a fantastic masterclass on chocolate. So that, for me, was quite a highlight.
Let's go down the other end of the channel and look at the worst dish.
Definitely your one that worked from Google with the shaved head.
Pork dumplings. So they've
I didn't ask you about the person making it.
Sorry.
I don't know.
No.
Let's not be vague here. Let's not be vague.
She was a geek,
Lovely girl, but like in all fairness, pork and beef dumplings with strawberry and spring onion blitzed together, and it was like, and like whatever way they edited it, I didn't eat it. I didn't eat it, and he had it, and I was like, "Are you okay?"
Oh, was that bad?
That was so bad. Well, think about it: pork, beef, strawberry, spring onion.
Yeah, Dylan, I'm feeling sick, but we'll keep going. But that was it.
That was the worst.
Well?
It's just that nervous stomach you get when you think, I actually don't want to eat this, but you have to, because obviously it was a traditional Russian dish that she does for the peasants.
That was good.
But I think for me...
You've done well.
Yeah, thank you. It was the creme fraiche and the butter that sort of did it for me.
Dylan, just briefly on your own situation, since Mint was the Michelin star and that worked well, that went the way of so many businesses in the recession. And what have you been doing? So did you bounce back? Was that tough for you at the time?
Yeah, no, it was, without a doubt.
Why did it close ultimately? What was the...
It was so small, Ran.
Yeah.
It was so small, and we worked so hard, but at the end of the day, it was, when you're dealing with a small restaurant like that, it dictates on customer spend.
Sure.
And once that spend left the country and people just felt they didn't want to spend, they couldn't spend, you're kind of relying on people to spend that price on their meal, and it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
And as soon as that spend went, the business doesn't work anymore.
So what have you been doing since?
Well, I tried to. It was a difficult time because you kind of have to go back to the drawing board and say, right, what are people spending now? And how can I stay in Ireland and live here and live my life with my family and invent something that's going to be at a different spend, but still kind of creative and busy. You know, so like it was like, in a way, closing Mint, as tough as it was, it gave me great clarity, where I could stand back and say, okay, let's invent something new.
Which brings you to the Rustic Stone, which is doing good business for you, as I understand. Piché, meanwhile, is your restaurant, which you opened pretty much around the same time as you closed, as I get it. Is that right? And that kept going despite everything. I mean, what were you doing right that worked for you?
What was I doing right? Who knows? I think it's a question of realising what people wanted at this particular time. And yes, there was obviously a massive recession, and it was just something that myself and Stephen Gibson, who we met in L'Écrivain. I was there for a very short period of time, but it was just something that I thought was I needed to do something.
Yes.
Right? And I didn't want to wake up when I was 65 thinking, I wish I'd tried to do my own restaurant. And that's where it just literally happened naturally. And yes, we had the fear, but I thought, let's just go ahead and do something positive. Obviously, you've got three elements of value for money, comfortable, and a good atmosphere.
And the blue chairs.
And the blue chairs, obviously.
Have you seen the blue chairs?
No, I've heard about them. I haven't seen them.
Well, you were walking past last week. I thought you'd have seen them.
No, I didn't. I just look in the window, steaming up the window. That's me, the guy looking in.
Fine.
Okay, I'll check them out in due course. I mean, you talk about ambience in a restaurant. You talk about quality of food, great service. McDonald's?
I love McDonald's, and I'm sure everyone thinks, oh no, McDonald's is that. But the thing is, I have three boys. I take them. I've got one day off with the boys. I take them to the cinema, and our treat is to go to McDonald's. And I think the fries and a Big Mac is the best thing ever.
He's easy pleased, isn't he?
No, he is, but I kind of like the language.
If you cook at McDonald's on MasterChef, you'll win.
He's handing out aprons at McDonald's.
MasterChef aprons.
And you get toys. Now, what are you Mac fan?
He's Burger King.
I'm Burger King.
Oh, are you? Oh, right. So you divided into...
Like, what's the deal with endorsement here?
That's no endorsement. It's just a question. I was just curious to know, can you enjoy whatever the hell it is, the highest end, and then the not so high end?
Yeah, completely, because the work is the work, and you can taste the most amazing lobster or truffles and blah, 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 but like, I was raised very working class, so I lived on brown sauce sandwiches until I was about 15.
Brown sauce sandwiches?
Yeah. So, like, no, of course, there's one food that's fuel, and there's another food that's the work.
So you're not snobs then, that's the bottom line.
No, I think it's important not to be a snob, because ultimately it's food, it's about eating good food and eat what you enjoy. I think that's very important.
Dylan and Nick, thank you for your time and continued success with MasterChef. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.
Dylan and Nick. Good to see you. Nick.